So that brings me to something else rather interesting. With regards to the word blessing or bless. The Hebrew word for bless is bracha, which comes from the word berech, which means to kneel. And so that's why when in the Jewish prayer service, when you say, blessed be the name of the Lord, they actually bend their knees. That's part of the prayer service. I remember trying to do this in a home group once, and I was accused of introducing Kabbalah into the home group when it was just simply enacting what the prayer says. Bless means to kneel, to bend the knee to God. So that was a rather challenging time. But let me just go to this. So bracha is bless, and it comes from the word berech, which means kneel. And this is a derivative from the word brecha, which means an engrafted branch.
What?
So some of the coins should be going ka-ching, ka-ching a little bit.
Wow.
So if we go back in the light, I'll put that up again in a minute, but if we go back in the light of what Abraham is told in Genesis 12:3, where God says to Abraham, I will bless those who bless you, I will curse anyone who curses you, and by all the families, and by you, all of the families of the earth will be blessed. The same word.
Wow.
Now, have a think what Rav Shul says in Romans 11:17. See, Rav Shul knows these scriptures. He knows the Hebrew. He knows the depth of what those words mean. Rav Shul says, and if some of the branches were broken off, and you being a wild olive tree were grafted in among them, and then put that together with Galatians 3:8, and the scripture foreseeing that God would justify the nations through faith, preached the gospel before to Abraham, saying, in you shall all nations be blessed. Blessed, grafted in, and grafted. The whole concept is there. That's why we say Abraham had the gospel already, because of those root word meanings. The promise of the nations being grafted into Israel through the seed of Abraham, who was Yeshua, has been there since chapter 12 of Genesis, and probably even earlier when we read about the snake biting the heel, etc.
Right.
And there's more Hebrew root words there that give us that context, but that's not in today's lesson. We will discover more as we continue to study how important for us it is to understand the covenant of Abraham and what it means to be sons of Abraham. That's just a little snippet, but there's much more for us to grasp around all of that.